Hi, this is District 7230 Governor Mary Shackleton. It is my honor and privilege to welcome 3 people of action, District 7230 Rotarians who have participated in a National Immunization Day, or NID. A National Immunization Day is that incredible 24 to 48-hour period of time where thousands of public health workers and volunteers send out to train stations, bus depots, and communities to inoculate millions of children against polio. It is a life-changing experience for the children vaccinated, their families, and those who do the vaccinating. Without further ado, here's a panel. Past District Governor George Camp from the Ossining Rotary Club, past District Governor Janet DiBenedetto from the Pleasantville Rotary Club, and past President Stefan Jekel from the Rotary Club of Metro New York City. My first question is for PDG George. George has traveled millions of miles in the effort to end polio. Now, he spent significant time on the continent of Africa and in Nigeria specifically. So, PDG George, please tell us about your experiences in Nigeria when it was impacted both by polio and the group Boko Haram. We look forward to hearing your answer. Thanks so much.
In Nigeria, the main problem was, and which has been addressed by Rotary International, is access to medical care. And when I was there was also the political upsetness of Boko Haram, which was not a well-known as far as term back then. What Rotary has done is in organizing the Rotaractors, the Rotarians, healthcare workers, in assisting World Health and UNICEF, our partners, in the immunization of children in these northern areas. Big part of it is the cold chain, which is necessary. And when we're talking about, when I was there, the temperature was about 115 during the day. So our vaccine has to stay cold, although very quickly it could be destroyed just from the heat of the area. So you literally take the vaccine out and you place it right back in, even though there might be 20 or 30 kids as far as waiting to be immunized.
Excellent. Thank you. And due to your work and that of others, Africa was declared wild polio virus free in August. And that's just an amazing accomplishment. And thank you for your part in making that happen.
Thank you.
PDG Janet, you have served as a foundation leader at both the club, district, and zone level. But you recently wrote after your trip to India that it was a life-changing experience for you. So tell us a little bit more about that and what it has meant to you.
Thanks, Mary. First of all, I want to say this bottle is really what changed my life. This is the bottle that the vaccine comes in, and 2 drops out of this bottle saves a child from paralysis. I was so taken. I thought I've had many Rotary moments. I think that when you go and give this vaccine to children, the lines that are formed with mothers, fathers bringing their children to be vaccinated, brothers and sisters bringing their brothers and sisters to be vaccinated, and people handing you, an absolute stranger, their child so that they don't get polio. It was so moving to me to think that, you know, here we are, Rotarians, and we take so much for granted. And the little things in another country become, Mary, such a phenomenon. I think the other thing that really changed my life was, you know, one day is the NID, and the next day we actually go into the slums and knock on doors. And people who have nothing, absolutely nothing, were willing to give you their last cracker or cup of tea to say thank you. It was amazing to me. This is a fight we cannot stop. We must continue to end polio now. And I am, as you know, Mary, an absolute advocate of making this happen. I'm fortunate enough to work with the Rotary International Task Force to eradicate polio. I work with Mike McGovern and Ann Matthews and some other Rotarians within the states. It's a fight I'm not going to give up, and I want to take everybody on board with me so that this bottle can continue to save lives. Thanks, Mary.
Janet, thank you for your service and your leadership as we will get to zero. So thank you so much, Janet.
You're welcome. Thanks, Mary.
Past President Stefan, you're a capital markets guy, do a lot of work in high finance, but your heart is in service above self as a Rotarian. Tell us about your experience as an NID volunteer and why ending polio is so important to economic development in the developing world.
No, thank you, DG Mary, also for inviting me to having me on this distinguished panel here with two of my favorite PDGs here, with both of whom I couldn't agree more to both their remarks and the insights that they shared. On that occasion also, we have I think our district altogether has been very active here when it comes to NIDs, and also a shout out to our fellow club member Nadine and to Suzanne from the Wall Street Club here, who have been out in the field, and everyone agrees it's a life-changing experience, incomparable to anything you may have experienced on any other travel or on any other local service projects. To your question now, it's the old story. It's the basic concept in my view of quality of life and improving people's lives, improving people's health, keeping illnesses away, and with that increase or that securing of a certain level of quality of life, that opens up doors. It opens up doors for elders and children alike to engage in education. That education translates into economic opportunity and prosperity, be it on a social or socio-economic level. I mean, we've seen it over and over again in any of the initiatives that Rotary is involved in, be it shelter boxes or mosquito nets. In our case here, in our context today, National Immunization Days and going on trips. It's been phenomenal. And as a tie into some of the previous remarks, also from George, I mean, we're going on these trips. There have also been trips that were canceled. I believe even Suzanne was scheduled to go to Nigeria, and the trip had to get canceled for security reasons. And we're talking about Africa being outbreak free. We're talking about India being non-endemic. Needless to point out, the vaccination efforts need to continue below that point to really stamp out, to really eradicate polio. And that's where we are, and that's where we're there. And at the time, in just over 7 years ago, when I went to India in a phenomenal trip that past director Brad Howard put together, it was polio was still endemic in India. And on the sidelines, I know every one of us has experienced the tremendous power of Rotary. I remember, and I still have the photo at home, of course, I remember here sitting at the table for to plan the NID day, followed by the day going out into settlements. And we were people around the table from around the world, from the US, and also on an important note, from India and Pakistan alike. So where on the grassroots basis, people are pulling in the same direction, even when at times political leadership does not. It's been overwhelming and speaking to the power of Rotary.
Very well put.
Awesome. Thank you, Stefan. And thank you, Janet and George, for your time in joining us. You have helped build an infrastructure that not only is being used to eradicate polio, but is being used in the fight against COVID-19 and was used against Ebola in Nigeria in 2014. And we will celebrate with all of you and celebrate your accomplishment when we do get down to zero. So thank you for taking part in World Polio Day with us. We're delighted for you, your service, and we honor you. Thanks so much, and have a great World Polio Day.